at an extremely flattering angle for the last couple weeks now, really struggling with constant tiredness. And I'm not talking about the kind of tiredness you feel when you haven't gotten enough sleep. It's the kind of tiredness that is like nothing else in the world. Yes. You know, you're conscious, and then you suddenly feel as if someone's giving you a sedative or sleeping pills. Like, it's a feeling that just washes over your brain that says, I'm sorry, sweetie. Okay, I'll plug it in. Magic Baby and I are lying down upstairs. He has, for weeks now, fluctuating periods of consciousness. So this is not new. This isn't something that only just started happening a few weeks ago. This happened a lot while I was in Arizona, where I would wake up fairly tired, but then suddenly it would hit a point in the day where it suddenly felt like someone slipped me a sedative or sleeping pills, and it would be like, you know, if you've ever been sedated or in the hospital or given Vicodin or given anything that suddenly alters your level of consciousness. One minute you feel fine, and then it hits your bloodstream, and the next thing you know, you suddenly feel like you feel like you're struggling with your brain to stay awake, and especially if you try fighting it, doing things like talking and moving and staying awake is very difficult. So it's kind of a bit like taking drugs. Cole has renewed his interest in reading books, so right now he's reading while his iPad charges. A lot of the time when I was in Arizona, what I did would just be lock us. Snip. Oh, be careful with to lock ourselves in the bedroom at my parents' house, and I'd have the iPad charged or whatever, books, DVDs, whatever, and then I would try to take a nap with Cole, or I would kind of doze in and out, again, like trying to fight being on sleeping pills or something. And in any case, when this has been happening lately, it's like being in a dream. It's like being sedated, and you're trying really hard consciously to fight it. It's hard not to be irritated by everything. I love my son, but right now I just want him to be quiet, and I just want to go to sleep because I feel like I'm fighting losing consciousness. So I've been really nauseated. I've been having these periods of being barely able to stay awake, or dozing off for periods, and then finding Cole pulling on my face and waking me up. It's really hard not to get irritated. It's really difficult to keep control of your emotions and your temper and your consciousness. And I didn't know what this was previously, but now I'm guessing this is what altered mental state is like, or altered consciousness. I'm just fighting it as time goes on, and I'm having these sort of flares where I started to have breakthrough myoclonus and strange headaches and difficulty recognizing people's faces and remembering their names, or recognizing their faces and like not knowing their names. Imagine trying to get dressed while you're sedated or medicated or drunk, and then trying to take your child to school or to the park. I have to take him to get immunizations. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I can't even stay awake right now. I'm glad that I can close the doors, but luckily the door has a high latch, and also there's a baby gate that locks. But it's frightening when you feel like you're not entirely there. Imagine how hard it is to fight being dead drunk or medicated or on sedatives, and trying to stay awake and trying to be a functional person. Try to talk. Try to leave the house safely, go somewhere, be as normal as you possibly can, and get home and be functional. I've tried to explain this to my GP. I've tried to explain this to my to the neurologist that I saw, and he said, you're too sharp to have encephalopathy. Obviously, the EEG readings suggest stuff that I can't remember right now because I can't even think straight. But I've had two different neurophysiologists, or whatever the heck you call them, both say that my EEGs were suggestive of encephalopathy. Imagine what it's like where you have a condition if you have to take medications that sedate you, and then you have to take care of a toddler.
Cried over the cot.
Please don't climb in and out of the cot and throw yourself out. So anyways, I've tried numerous times to explain this to the GP. I tried to explain this to the neurologist, and I'm apparently too sharp to have encephalopathy, despite the fact that my EEGs suggest it. Two different neuropsychs, whatever the hell they're called, both said the same thing. I'm so sick of trying to figure this out myself and having absolutely nobody supporting me. But if I don't document things like this, then no one will ever know. And I mean, I may never get help. I sort of have resigned myself to the fact that I will never get a diagnosis and I will never get help. And eventually, I'm not depressed. I just don't have the consciousness and cognition to make any kind of sense right now.